An instructional designer is someone who works as part of a team to design and deliver effective instruction. This person needs to be creative, a problem solver, a leader, a project manager, an educational consultant, a writer, and understand technology and innovation. So there's many, many facets to the role of an instructional designer.
Responsibility without control, meaning you need to flow with the changes and not control any one process. Don't confuse control with caring. Caring about people and the outcome of your project is critical in being successful. No simple answers since a diverse set of skills are required. Ability to work from people from all walks of life tops my list. Although advanced technical skills may or not be required, depending on the employer, awareness of learning theories and learning activities help when consulting with faculty, managers, developers, and other key players as part of your assignment. Communication skills, time management, and the ability to document processes are also important.
An instructional designer is a job where you get to take some of the mediocre or sometimes boring instruction that's out there and you get to turn it into something exciting, something engaging, something that actually helps people to learn and helps get results. An instructional designer is, everyone I've met at least, is a very multi-talented person, someone who's very creative, but who can work within a system, who can work within a process that's well defined and create good learning outcomes. An instructional designer is also usually a leader. They're a project manager. They help to move things along. Because a designer is often also a change agent, they have to be a diplomat. You have to be able to talk with people, negotiate within an organization to get the job done, to make the changes, to make the organization more successful.
An instructional designer is a combination of the following: being an analyst, a developer, an evaluator, a curriculum consultant, and a project manager.
Typical really depends on the project and who you're working with. This usually involves working with a subject matter expert and the person who wants the training or instruction created. By interviewing the subject matter expert and gleaning key points and goals for the instruction, and then creating lessons that allow learners to meet those goals. One of the main roles of an instructional designer, though, it does include a lot of project management.
Asking a lot of questions. Project management and instructional guide, working closely with faculty and content experts and bringing a course to life.
My current role is not really a typical instructional designer, but when I was, my role was to work with faculty members at this college. I work with faculty on one hand and I work with technicians on the other. So again, it was that diplomat role. I helped them to create some quality learning materials, innovative online courses. That was what we tried to do. It was a lot of project management. You're dealing with a lot of people, a lot of pieces to put up a fully online course. So it was a lot of creative work as well. You get to explore and try new things. Currently, however, I'm a manager of an instructional design team, which in fact is similar to what happens to designers in some large corporations. They'll go and get their education, get a degree, and pretty soon they're put in charge of another team. Now, if you're really good at analyzing and solving problems, whether they're instructional problems or process problems, often your supervisors can see you as management potential and move you into that kind of a position.
I work with residential faculty and their subject matter experts to improve upon current online courses and to add new online courses to the course catalog. I would label my role as an ID as an instructional consultant and project manager. The highlight of my current position is having the time to work with faculty and subject matter experts to find creative solutions to difficult instructional problems.
I was a high school teacher. I began teaching for an online college and saw some improvements that needed to be made, and I wanted to learn about how to make those improvements. So I went and earned a master's degree in instructional design for online learning and became a faculty member at that college. And then I moved into instructional design while working on my PhD. So I did not begin as an instructional designer, as I think is pretty typical.
I first started in IITV, Interactive Instructional Television, coordinating and creating how-to booklets for faculty. I then got involved in managing the first web-based discussion board at Northern Arizona University, the Virtual Conference Center they called it, or caucus, which is now a solid, open-source, web-based discussion and sharing board. As technology advanced and more options became available, WebCT became the first course management system that NAU chose. I helped manage that system while also working closely with faculty in regards to instructional design and primarily an online environment.
Now, I didn't start out as an instructional designer professionally. I started off as a student worker. I became a writer within the curriculum process. I have served as a faculty member. I've just served as an instructional designer and now as a manager. My interest in instructional design really began during my master's work. I started designing web-based activities for the foreign languages department at my university, so I learned a little bit of HTML and just started doing it. Later, a friend referred me to a publishing company where I wrote complete CD-ROM-based curriculum for beginning level Spanish students. After that, I began a faculty job at Rio Salado College, and that's where I started designing training and materials for all of the students in the lower level courses at Rio. Now, along the way, I decided I needed some more formal training, so I started a PhD in instructional design, educational technology, and that gave me the opportunity to switch over to a fully instructional design role rather than a faculty role.
I was teaching high school English and was selected to teach advanced placement students using a system of instruction that had already been in place for approximately 5 years, and the results, although relatively high, had become stagnant. I was given the freedom to modify the system of instruction at the same time that I was completing coursework in instructional technology. The two merged, and applying the title instructional designer kind of occurred after the fact. The transition to becoming an instructional designer has been a natural progression for my career within education.